G'day everybody. We're at the top of Downhill 3. The race is going to be held here in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to be doing a track walk, and who best to do a track walk with is a Boomerang farm local, Reece Carter.
Yep.
He doesn't need any introduction to most of us, but Reece, where have you raced before around Australia?
Oh, I've done plenty of races, a lot through southeast Queensland and national races in New South Wales and through Victoria. So yeah, done quite a bit over the last 5 years. So it's been good.
Yeah. So you haven't had a good look at this new track?
No, this is the first I've seen this new start here. So yeah, should be interesting, and looking forward to seeing what's been done by everyone, and yeah, looking forward to getting a ride in on it. So
yeah, we can thank David Hanson, who realigned the start of Downhill 3. Have to warn you that he loves 4 lines and he loves off-camber. So some very new features on this track to learn how to ride. So let's go and have a look.
Okay.
Soon after the start, we have our first feature, designed probably to slow people down. Then it's heading for the infamous stump jump down here.
this looks interesting.
Beeline here. Oh, they've done a great job. They've armoured the stump jump here. Done a great job. What do you think, Reece?
Yeah, it looks interesting. Looks pretty good. Hopefully B-line's going to be a little bit slower. I'm actually thinking you're better off going B-line, because it looks like you actually got to slow down a lot more for this. You're going to keep on the ground more there. Just one of those things as well that people have got to think about what line's going to be more consistent for them, and what's going to be better for them and faster for them.
Yeah, at the bottom of this slope, there's a right-hander catch berm that you want to make sure you hit that in the right spot.
Oh shit. Yeah, this is going to be wild. I'm definitely going to try to keep it low and slow down here. Yeah, that's going to be pretty fun, I reckon.
This is another David Hanson gift. It's off-camber slope, and you want to hit, I imagine riders will want to hit that right-hander berm. So as you can see, a few riders that have been over this, the line's quite wide at the moment.
So hopefully there's going to be a few people trying to sort of change up their lines through here, and so you'll have people coming around, and it's off camber there, so obviously you're going to be sliding, falling down to the low point, which is going to make your entry and exit out of that next corner a little bit slower. So I think you'll find some people will tend to try hop up as high as they can here and cut inside this stump. So then you're going to get a straighter line to that corner and better exit out.
That's some insight.
See how hard it is to get inside that. Like, it'll be a little bit slower to get tighter here, but overall in the end of it, you're going to be able to get to that corner better and smoother. And as I said, the exit out's going to be better as well. Rather than falling down low there, you're going to be slow in, slow out.
And you need your stuff together by the time you get to the end of that berm, because you've got 2 crews to...
But then also just depends on how that cuts in with tyres over it. Tyres over it cutting in, you might get a nice good rut going. So if you get a good rut going that's going to hold there, then that might be more beneficial to stay in that. So it all just depends on how the track evolves over the weekend and what people's line choice is.
This is another interesting corner, Reece. The line through there is probably fairly obvious, but where this berm attracts you to it, yet you want to be lined up for the landing after that log drop.
So yeah, definitely you definitely do want to use that catch berm. So go into that, and then as you're coming off this, you want to stay as high as you can when you're landing on the camber. So because it's so off camber there, the higher you start, you've got more room for error and sliding down. If you land lower and you start sliding, you got nowhere to go other than off the track. So yeah, with off camber, it's all about maintaining as high as you can on that line all the way, and then if you tend to slip down, at least you got a little bit of track there to sort of slide down into.
What will you try and land on the track, or you land on the slope to the right of the ironbark tree?
Just sort of depends with this next corner. So from memory, last time I rode this, you were able to land and shoot up high. So you got 3 trees here, that gum in the middle, you used to be able to stay high on the camber and get left of that gum in the middle, and to make this next corner better. So then if you landed and slid down, you'd slide down into the lower part of it, really tightening up that corner. So yeah, once again, just sort of depends on how that rides, and that actually looks like it's going to be a lot trickier to try stay up high now.
We'll have a look at it.
So yeah, this line here, so you used to be able to stay up high onto this route, up high to open that corner, because when you're dropping down low here, it really tightens it and squares your corner off.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about here, Reece. Do you drop in there or drop in here? By the way, the B line goes off here to the right. It's probably, you'd rate it probably blue. It's quite technical for a B line, but when you're dealing with straight, steep country, you haven't got many options. So what do you reckon's a fast line here?
Hold on and hope. Hold on best you can. So obviously straightening out the line's going to be the fastest, but it kind of looks like there's some pretty deep holes there now. So some people will manage to straight line it all and make it work, and then other people will tend to use this little side chute cut in there and then hop back to the left hand side of the track. So that left hand side's pretty smooth and clean, so that's the other thing people will be looking for, is the smoothest, cleanest line. Yeah, so that can all change after a practice day. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be a wild one. Going to be a bit nervous on my first run down. This is going to be quite slick. A little bit nervous now.
Yeah.
To me, the line's going to suck you right, but you want to stay left.
Yeah, you do want to stay left, but it's over time the evolving of this chute is getting harder and harder to sort of keep a good line. So when we originally rode this track, you were able to like just drop dead straight down here, and the steps weren't as big and this rut wasn't as big, so you're able to just straight line it all pretty well and pretty fast.
So as the off-camber nature of the roots dictate, there's going to be a big problem, aren't they?
Definitely. So yeah, like I said, you used to be able to come dead straight, and now you want to try stick over to that bank on the edge, but the issue is all the roots, which is gonna definitely catch a lot of people out as well. So yeah, just maintaining your speed, your line, and it's definitely going to be a tricky one. But it's looking pretty good.
What the track diggers did was modify the exit, Reece, so you can get high out here on the left, and extended that berm. Put a hook in the bottom of the berm to get you back on track.
Yeah. Okay, well that won't be too bad. Dropping into there and then popping out high. It's nice.
What a feature.
So
I think the B line will be pretty popular down there.
So after that horror, we got a nice playful bench to relax on.
So yeah, this is the time to sort of regather and get your breath and and focus on the next sections coming up.
Yeah, so this is the next interesting spot. This is the creek gap. The debate to date has been whether the fastest line is take the kicker on the right, or you absorb on the left-hand side. But there's a wall out there for you to rail if need be. So let us know what you think of this, Reece, as it goes into the new creek gap.
I definitely think squashing, staying low, because the more you're staying on the ground, the better it actually is, the faster you're going to be. And you got some stuff to pump and push off as well, or even get a couple of pedals in. So I think staying on the ground there for me.
For those of you that remember the old downhill 3 alignment, it used to just over there and used to land a flat then uphill, and it wasn't very well liked as a feature. So this has been built to give you a downhill landing and plenty of speed. So the track gives you a heap of speed coming down here, Reece. And what it giveth, it taketh away on this next corner.
Yeah.
So this is a real interesting corner to me. It's a very technical corner, and it's in the middle of a fast section. What line would you take through here?
It's fairly narrow in these corners here, so it all just depends. You just got to make sure you get your braking right, and probably try stay above these roots to open the corner a little bit. And just go with it from there.
So you want your transition from this berm out onto this bank on the left?
Yeah, it's all fairly just sort of one line there. There's not really anything special you need to do through there. Just ride it how it is and try to get through it as clean as you can.
So this hill here gives you heaps of speed. as you cross the creek and hit this step up. It's the fact that it's turning right here and there's no berm make this gap jump a bit difficult?
Not really. This corner's always ridden fairly well and never really had too many dramas with it. We've got a bit of a pedal here, so for some of the fitter guys that like to get on the pedals, this is their section to make up a little bit of time. Yeah, hopefully they tape this section off so you come through here and have to go low. That's where the track originally was sort of cut, so hopefully it stays that way. So with a lot of these A-lines on this track, the good thing is that most of them are like this, where it gives the younger people and the people that aren't so confident in doing your A-lines to give it a go, because it's just a little drop and you've got a sort of endless landing there. So there's still a beeline there for the people that aren't confident in doing it, but at least this sort of gives them a bit of a confident boost to give it a go.
That's right. All this stuff has beelines, and a lot of it is very well made and not going to do anything strange to the bike. So beginners.
Yeah. So yeah, it gives a lot of the beginners a good chance to sort of progress their riding and give it a go, and not a big consequence. Big consequence of an A-line like most of them are, or can be. So this has been one of my favourite sections of this track, as there's multiple lines of, when you come in you can either go high or low. There's 2 or 3 different sort of high and low combinations you can do here. And same thing, just depends on what works best for what rider. Which leads into this next high-low. So best option here I've always found is trying to get up as high as you can on the bank instead of dropping to the low line there. So get up high, straightens it all out, gives you a lot better, faster line straight through. Connecting bridge of DH2 and 3. It's going to be the lung buster section. So after all that nice speed and flow through there, this is going to be a bit of a killer at the end of the end section of the track of the race, where you're going to have to pedal to maintain your speed across this traverse here. So this could be where it's won and lost. Push too hard up the top, then you might gas yourself and not leave yourself any energy for this pedal section out.
Got it. Let's put it.
The rest is all pretty straightforward. It's good.
No.
Yeah, today it's too wet.
Pack a little bit more and
Cool.
Thanks a lot, Reece, for your insight on that. Hopefully, whether you're a beginner or an experienced rider, you've learnt something there from Reece. There's a lot of experience to share and to draw on. So thanks a lot, Reece.
that's all right. You're welcome. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a little ride in and show a riding preview as well, and see how it all goes. And hope to see everyone out here and have a good race.
Yeah. So look out for the next video. It'll be hopefully riding some of those features that we've just walked down.